What is Steam Frame? That is the big question. Now, there has been rumours going around, and we did a video on it yesterday, so this is sort of a follow-on, but the rumours have been going around that it is the deckered. But then, there has also been rumours going around that Steam are launching a console. And it got me thinking, got other people thinking, are they actually launching a VR headset, or are they launching a console? Or are they launching both? Which, to be honest, makes me probably more excited than just if they were just doing a VR console, a VR headset, because, and I'll explain in a second. But anyway, the rumours are that it could be the headset. The rumours are that it could be the console. But there doesn't seem to be a definitive answer, apart from the fact that we have seen, I think it was sadly Bradley, the legend in VR, saying that they'd done some data mining and found code referring to Steam Frame in Steam VR. So that really should say definitely 100% that it's the headset. But then it did also get me thinking, well, what if it's code that just relates to the fact that you're going to be able to use Steam VR with the console, which then leads to the fact that, you know, they might not necessarily be releasing a headset, but they might be releasing a console that you can use with other VR headsets, which would then also link with the concept of the fact that not only on Meta you can get Steam Link or Steam VR Link, on Pico you can now get it, on Play for Dream you can now get it. They've launched all those in recent times, and that then sort of got me thinking, well, could that be the link? That it's actually just they're releasing this console that you're going to be able to play on all these different headsets. And I don't know the answer, but no one does. No one seems to 100% know, because Steam or Valve have done an incredibly good job of keeping this kind of under wraps. Now, obviously, there's only so much you can do, but then there was the release of the fact that someone had done some Geekbench score thing on the Steam console, and we'd got some results on it, or I think it was on Linus Tech Tips stream that he does. I can't remember why I can't remember the name of that now. That's because I'm live and I've got no one helping me. But you know what I mean. Their podcast. Are we calling it a podcast? Live stream. Talking about the console. So, I don't know. The conclusion I've come to is that it's only good news for VR. Either way, even if they aren't releasing a VR headset, there's still that data mine that suggests that Steam VR will be at least part of this console, if that's what it is. So we don't 100% know either way. My theory has been, over the last couple of days, or last general, 48 hours, that I think we're getting both, which I think is really, really exciting, because not only there's the potential of the console being able to link with the headset, but then other headsets as well, which then generally just boosts VR on a whole. And I don't think Steam would do it where they locked it down where you could only use the headset, the deckered itself, to work with the console. I think they would open it up to all headsets, because they've done this Steam Link integration with all of the headsets. So that is my theory. Let me know in the comments or in the chat if you're here what you think. Whether you think we're going to be getting just one, or we're getting two, or we're getting neither. I think it's too hot, too hot to not be something being released in the next couple of weeks. I think we're going to see something, and I don't think it's just going to be a new Steam Deck, because I think that would have already been leaked. I think it's just, that would have. I mean, looking back when when the Steam Deck launched, that was quite quiet. That was a surprise launch, really. I mean, yes, they had some people had some information on it, but not a massive amount of information was out there. I kind of like that. It's very what you expect with like an Apple like type thing. It's similar to what I don't know if this counts, but like with Pico generally, you don't know like something's happening until about a week before. There are rumors. I mean, there's rumors now about Pico, the fact that they're also going to be doing a headset with a puck, so the standalone battery outside of the headset. I still think that the advantage of having the puck outside of the headset would be that you could actually do a lot of the processing on the puck as well, because like with the Apple Vision Pro, you can't actually use the headset without the puck attached. So it would make sense to then have a lot of the processing power. It'd take a lot of weight off your head, and everything would be in this puck. And that is where I think the console could really, like, they could almost, obviously if the Decked's standalone, which I still think they're going to be releasing both, I do. If the Deckered is standalone, can you imagine then coupled potentially with the power of the console as well, and sort of having like a PlayStation 5 PSVR 2, but with power in the PSVR 2, like, and then coupling that together to give it, like, you know, that extra edge. I think that would be insane. That would be so good. But at the moment, obviously, we're just working on the rumors that are going round. I think they're going to be releasing the headset, and I think they're doing both. I think they'll release a headset, and I think they're going to be releasing the are we calling it a console or under the TV desktop PC, whatever we're calling it, it'll be probably more, well, it's going to be more powerful than the Steam Deck, that I would have only assumed, and it would be a lot cheaper than having to fork out for a very expensive PC. I mean, let's face it, the graphics cards alone are expensive. So, I mean, where are we going? where is the? I really think Steam could come in and completely dominate with not only the library that they have for pcvr, but the library that they have with Steam anyway. They have potential of being it's, you know, almost an unstoppable force for the fact that they have so many games that you can already play on the Steam Deck, but then coupled with the fact that it'd be like an actual console experience, which means if there is a console coming, not only are we obviously getting controllers for the Deckered, which I feel like I need to call it that now at the moment until we know more details, just to separate it away from the Steam console, which I really want to just call it a Steam machine because that's what the old ones were called. Yeah, I think it's really exciting. I do, like, we just got to wait now for the next. I think it'll be announced in the next couple of weeks. What do you think? What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be announced in the next week, the next month? Are we getting a before Christmas announcement, or are we getting a before Christmas launch? We talked about this yesterday as well. I would have assumed it would be a pre-order before Christmas and then a launch after Christmas, or the holiday season, or whatever we're calling it. You know what I mean. And I just think it's such an exciting time if it's true. I think for all of VR, I think it's what's needed. I think when Apple came in, they have the potential of disrupting Meta, but more on the not so much games side, more on the overall VR space, movies, working, just generally like all the other elements. But I think with the launch of something like the Steam Deckered, that's what I'm calling it for now. Steam Frame headset. With the launch of that, I think it's really gonna massively make a shift towards pcvr. The only downside would be the price, but I think it's justified. Yes, not everyone's got like $1,200 to buy a headset. Not everyone has got that, but we still need it. We need that push towards more power, more things you can do. And I know a lot of people are saying like that the Quest 3 has a lot of power to it, and the problem is that there's still developers are still making games for the Quest 2. Don't know how many, because I've even noticed Beat Saber struggles on the Quest 2. It's almost unplayable, which would suggest that they're trying to force people to move over to the Quest 3S. And I think I still think the Quest 3S is really probably the starter model for most people. I don't know where the Quest 3 sits anymore. I still can't figure it out. I can't figure out who I would suggest a Quest 3 to. Don't know. Because I don't think it's not good enough to be that high-end model. But it's not, and the Quest 3S is not far enough behind it for me to say I can't suggest that. So this is where I think the more high-end headsets come in. And I think if there's the Steam Frame, the Steam Deckered, whatever we're calling it, the Steam Index 2, I think the Index 2 is a bit of a mouthful, and I think they're going to stick with Steam as the brand because of the Steam Deck and the way that's gone. I don't think they'll do a Valve Index 2. I just can't see them calling that. Mainly for like I said, I think with the Steam Deck, they've positioned themselves in such a good place that they would be daft not to call it the Steam something. I still think it probably will be called the Steam Frame, and then who knows what the Steam console will be called. I would like them to throw back and call it a Steam machine, because I think that would be so cool. And like almost like Steam Machine 2 to like really show, but I don't think they'd do that. I think they'll call it something else. Maybe just a Steam console. Whatever it's called. I mean, the Steam Deck. Like, I remember when they announced that name, I was like, what the heck? What does deck mean? Like, but they've done a good job with it, because everyone knows what a Steam Deck is, unless you think it's a Stream Deck, which was confusing when the fans launched it. But only to streamers, and that didn't really matter, did it? It wasn't linked. So yeah, I think it's going to be some really exciting next couple of weeks. And if you're excited, subscribe to the channel to keep up to date, because I'm going to be doing live streams constantly for the next few, well, for a long time. I'm really enjoying doing these. I'm really enjoying, like, I know there's not many people showing up now, but eventually, hopefully, we're going to get people. But I mean, hello to Perknad. Perknad. How's it going, dude? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for saying hi. But I think these will do well as videos anyway. I think, yeah. But I think the problem with my streaming is that I'm not putting announcements out of when I'm actually streaming, so that could be an issue. But we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. I'm just getting into the flow of making content again. And it's going well. It's going all right. Let me know in the comments what you think. Yeah. So the main thing is, I think we're going to be seeing both of them. I don't think it's a matter of I don't think it's a matter of a headset or a console. I think we'll see a headset and a console that work together. And I think the console will probably also work with the Steam Deck as well. And it'd be really interesting, like, what the Steam console can do, whether it'll link with GeForce Now and stuff like that. That'd be cool. Well, let me know in the chat and in the comments down below. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I really appreciate everyone who stops by, everyone who stops by afterwards. Thanks, and we'll catch you in the next one. Good.